Welcome to the Pulse Check podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Sammy. Grab your beverage of choice and let's get right into it. Okay, guys, welcome back to the podcast this week. Today I am joined by the officer Kevin Gross. He's been a security guard at a hospital for 7 years. He's been a cop now, an officer for now 13 years, and going on 7 years as a school resource officer. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead, jump right into the first question. Kevin, can you walk us through your career path from police officer to school resource officer and from the way beginning, hospital security?
Yeah. So really it started out, security came up. I was working in the building industry, building homes, kind of getting sick of it, didn't want to do it. Wanted to go after my childhood dream of being a conservation officer.
Wow.
Came home and told my wife that.
Uh-huh.
To which she said, okay, as long as you're not going to be a police officer, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started that path. I found the job at the hospital, working as a security officer.
Foreshadow.
Yep, right. Didn't break
Yes.
that promise.
Yeah.
But then I started working security because I needed a job that would work well with going to school because we had already had 2 kids at that point. Needed to get a degree in Minnesota to have my peace officer's license. So I started off that school path, going to school and working full time. And the nice thing about security is I would work in the evening, go to school during the day, and go to work in the evening.
Wow.
So that worked there, and it was just a good experience, Good career choice there. So that's how the security thing started. While there, worked security, I also worked in the locked mental health as a psych tech.
Okay.
Part of my time there, just another great. I actually loved that job. That was fun.
Really? How did that go with your mental health? Because I feel like that can be a lot.
It can. I actually think I learned a lot from there. I will credit a lot of my success of working through difficult situations to that job.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Working with people that have mental health, it's a wonderful in this line of work. So yeah. Okay. So working at the hospital, doing my education, finally get to the point where I'm ready to be post licensed, which is get my license here in the state of Minnesota as a peace officer. Get that. I apply for the DNR. There's, I think there was 1,400 people there taking a test.
Okay.
I'm literally sitting at tables with people that were like my academy instructors. I had one right to the right that was one of my instructors. I'm like,
wow,
I have no chance at this job because this guy's got like 15 years experience. Ended up making it to the very last. I was one of the last. I think they were hiring 15 people and they had 30 people that they were backgrounding. I was one of those 30.
Yes.
So I'm like, yes, I'm going in.
Kevin.
This is it, right? We're getting there. And it didn't come. They kept, it went through, and they are supposed to notify you before the academy starts because they have the academy for the conservation officers, and the academy started and I didn't get any notification. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then it just obviously didn't happen. The academy started, I didn't get in it. So they told me one of the things I needed to do was get my peace officer license activated. And to get it activated, you have to have an active law enforcement job, whether that be a conservation officer, a sheriff's deputy, a police officer, whatever. Right. So sat down with my wife, we talked about it with Emma, and she's like, yeah, let's get the license activated if that's what you need to do. Started my career in Bram for a very short time. It was like a part-time gig. Got my license activated. Then Cambridge Police Department picked me up. Yeah. Started working there, and I was just like, this is just a short-term thing. I'm gonna be a conservation officer. I think I was there for about 5 years, and I applied for the conservation officer position again, thinking I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Go through the whole thing again, just the same thing, huge numbers, very few jobs, make it to the final. And they say, well, sorry, but we're not hiring you. You're a cop. They didn't want to hire cops at the time. It was just after the George Floyd incident, and so they did not want to hire cops.
So how did that make you feel in that moment? Honestly,
there was a good, because that was the same time that I got the school resource officer position. Yeah. And I absolutely loved it. Right. I mean, it's where I needed to be. Things happened for a reason. And there I landed in the school, and I'm still there today and just love it. So that's kind of the route. It's not a straight path, but
Yeah. But I mean, it's still got you where you are.
Yep.
And it sounds like you love it. So that's
100%.
what's important.
100%.
Okay, so I guess you kind of a little bit explained it, but like what originally made you want to go into law enforcement?
Yeah, and I guess that I didn't want law enforcement necessarily off the path. I
Right.
wanted to work. I always said I want to go protect Bambi.
Yeah.
Bambi has more respect for me than people do.
So true.
So I wanted to go, and plus,
Yeah.
who wouldn't want to be a conservation officer? You get a big
Right.
truck, a boat, snowmobile, four-wheeler, get all
So
the cool toys.
everything you're interested in.
Right? Yeah, that's where all my interests lie. And
Yeah.
so that's what I wanted to do, but it's, someone else bigger had a better plan for me, and I just needed to be guided there, and here we are.
I
So,
love
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Good. So like looking back at that time when like you're getting turned down and then you get the job as a school resource officer, did this job that you have now, like, did it match up what you thought it would be?
It did, and more.
Okay.
Just the possibilities. I've always said, and so when I went through school, specifically kind of the police academy, the skills portion, they call it for to be eligible to be licensed as a cop in Minnesota, they said, don't ever say in an interview you want to be a cop because you want to help people. That's just lame. Well, that's truly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like that's,
Yeah.
I like helping people. I
Right.
truly do, and I think that's why that psych tech job was so rewarding. And working in the hospital, you get to help people every day. It's rewarding. And that's where I'm at. Like in the school, I just love that kids come with so many different situations that we're unaware of, or that we don't even know what's going on in their lives. And it's always a challenge, and no story is the same. So I get to sit down and listen to them and see what they've got. And sometimes it's heartache, and you help them through that, but it's always a different thing thrown at me. So.
Yeah, I think that's with what you said about never tell, like in an interview, say that you just want to help people. That's the exact same thing with nursing. I think everyone when people say, oh, why do you want to become a nurse? They're always like, oh, I just love talking to people and helping people. Well, yes, obviously you love doing that, but it just goes way beyond with that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you already brought up like everything that was happening with the George Floyd stuff.
Yep.
There's a lot of misunderstanding with cops, especially because of that incident, I feel like. So what's like some things that you feel like a lot of people misunderstand about cops?
It's hard. I think it depends on the area that you're in. Obviously, the closer you get to metropolitan, there's a lot more, seems like, just people that don't like cops. They don't trust them. A lot of distrust there. That breaks my heart because I think a lot of cops do want to help.
Yeah.
Of course, there's bad cops out there. There's bad everyone in every occupation.
Exactly.
But I truly think that people want to help, and they, so misconceptions. I don't know. You look at it. I mean, up here in Cambridge, I love it up here.
Yeah.
Our community is very supportive of police officers for the most part. Very rarely have people that don't support us. Misconception, though, I guess I would have to say people they got to have faith that they have the best interest in mind.
Sure.
And it seems like they don't think that, We come to these situations, no one ever calls us because they want to say hi.
Yeah.
They call in emergency situations, right?
Right.
There's situations are heightened, and people come in and we handle it the way we're trained, which is the way we think is best and how we need to handle it.
Right.
And maybe they don't like that. They think we come in a little too hot or whatever, but we got to get the situation under control. There's some interesting situations that we walk into, and you've got to get it under control now. Right. Or it spirals real quick.
Yeah. So like what's the first thing that's going through your head when you're walking into, let's say, like a crazy situation?
I'm always scanning.
Okay.
Safety. Like as I'm telling you that, like I think of one situation, a partner and I once on the evening got called to when I was working nights, a suicidal male that had a shotgun.
Oh, okay.
And girlfriend was still in the house with him, and thinking, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You approach, you're looking at everything, just really trying to process everything, but in very fast pace because someone's got a gun with someone else in the house and they're not in the right frame of mind.
Exactly.
So we're really processing that, get up to the house, walk into the house, and remember, we've got our guns drawn because there's a gun out.
Of
We
course,
gotta be,
which makes sense.
We got to match that. Thank goodness girlfriend had gotten the gun, but he had a knife. It was still in the kitchen.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So got the gun away from the girlfriend, got the girlfriend on the scene. But you have to process that so fast.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the instance, but he had the knife and was holding it kind of where the blade was behind him at his side.
Okay.
And he clenched it and brought it up like this.
Oh, that's not a good...
And I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. You get tense yourself.
Yep.
Because, I mean, anyone, not even just a cop, though. Like, anyone would.
Yep.
I'm sure that girlfriend even got tense.
Yeah. She was freaking out. I mean, it was a very, very heightened situation. And that's, like, drop the knife or things you're going to have to, it's going to go bad.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he chose to drop the knife.
Mm-hmm. So thank goodness.
And honestly, like, really, you get in that situation, I want to help that person.
Right.
Even though, we had our guns out, we had them pointed at him, but we want to help them. That's the last thing on any cop that I know, that's the last thing on their mind is they want to shoot someone.
Yeah.
So obviously we want that to be the last case scenario, and with that ended up working out good, and we're able to talk him down and get him out of there and get him some help that he needed, because obviously he was in a bad place.
Yes, so that's good.
Yep.
I think that's a great example. I mean, you already gave us a crazy experience, so thank you for that. But give us, I guess, another situation or like a call or moment that has stuck with you and has never really left you.
Which one to pick?
I know.
It's
probably experienced those.
there's quite a
all
few.
the time.
One, I'll give this one because it's kind of just interesting, and it really just goes to show how you stick with people if you want to help them.
Yeah.
I worked my security job, was the psych tech there at the same time, worked in the inpatient mental health, was working with a gentleman there, and I ended up, fast forward 10 years later, I'm working as a cop on the street, mean streets there here in
the
Santa County.
streets.
The mean streets, right?
Yeah.
Cambridge, where maybe you see a deer run across in the middle of the night. No.
Yeah.
Late night call, we're getting a call for someone that's being disorderly downtown. Mm-hmm. And I drive by and I see the person matching the description. I'm like, I know that person from when I worked inpatient mental health.
Sure.
And so I flip around and ended up parking, got in my car, walked up, and I knew the guy and I called him by name. And the freaky part was I've not had any interaction since I had worked with him in the mental health unit.
Okay.
So 10 years. I call him out by name. He just stops. His back is facing me. He hasn't seen me.
Sure.
And he says, I thought you were going to be a game warden or a conservation officer.
What?
Like just by the sound of my voice.
Nuh-uh. So he remembered. That is crazy.
Yeah, just by the sound of my voice. And he was in a psychotic break at this time.
Sure. Yeah.
But, needed some help.
Insane.
And it was just that moment that I was like, oh, wow. All right.
Well, you obviously stuck with him too.
Yeah.
Because he remembered you just by your voice.
Yep.
That's
and then
insane.
turned around and he didn't like my partner. He wouldn't talk to my partner.
Okay, yeah.
But because I built that relationship with him,
Right.
he worked with me and I got him some help. And,
yeah.
It's crazy to me that those things, would stick that long. Mm-hmm. 10 years later, here we are. And
it's crazy how just forming a connection with someone too, really getting to know them goes as far as you need it to.
Oh,
genuinely.
I have a colleague that always talks about you're making a deposit in the bank. But every time you're building those relationships, right?
Yeah.
You're talking to people, being good to them, and just treat them as a human. Mm-hmm. At some point, maybe when it's a heightened situation, you need to cash out. You can do that.
Exactly.
And that's how I look at that. Like with that patient, I had worked with him, helped him, had that genuine friendship, trust with him, and out on the streets 10 years later, and
crazy.
worked out good. Yeah.
I'm also hearing be nice to everyone always.
Right? Always. Yes.
Yes.
You never know when your paths will cross again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, well, going from all of these career changes, I guess, how did these job changes change you as a person over time?
It gave me a different perspective being raised where I was in northern Minnesota, not really a small town.
Right.
Not having much. I'll never forget working in first time I was stepped foot onto a locked mental health unit. I'm like, these problems really exist. I guess I was kind of naive.
Right.
Not being exposed to that as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, wow, okay, there's people out here that have these real struggles, these mental health conditions, and it's just kind of opened my eyes.
For sure.
but as I've worked through my job, I mean, it's just really, you just learn to work with people and see what's out there. And yeah. Well, where did this question go?
It's good, just like changing as a person. It just sounds like you've like gained a lot more compassion for people.
Yeah, the compassion and then
understanding.
I would say also it took me a while to figure this out. As a cop, I was pretty jaded and sharp. Like I would come home and my wife would tell me, you know, you need to wake up. You need to go take a breath somewhere and
take a breather.
Realize these are your kids and not criminals that you're dealing with on the street.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time when I realized, like I was sitting in one of our trainings that we had, and we were talking about officer wellness and mental health, and looking through these things, I'm like, oh, check. I'll never forget coming home and talking to Emma and being like, yeah, so I think I need to talk to someone.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so there's been things that you learn.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I see we have a therapist that works with the police department that helps me to at least do annual check-ins, and we have all these visits that we can do, and I think that it's made me aware that I've got to take care of myself.
Yes.
I want to be good at my job. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good husband. I want to do my job well, and I have to take care of myself if I want to do them all well, because I can't do them all well just on my own power.
Right.
Willpower. So.
Yes. Well, perfect entrance to my other question. I mean, for those who don't know, Kevin has been married to Emma, the beautiful Emma, for 23 years. He has 3 kids. And I guess you kind of covered it, like how you balance a high-stress career with family life. It sounds like therapy, sounds like talking to people.
Yep. Well, I have to be open with Emma. Like there's, because we still have bad days. Like there's days where I just will, you know, this year, I'll never forget, I was driving home and there was a kid that came and talked to me and kind of told me of experience they went through with their dad, and they're in the court systems right now. But just things that you could not imagine a kid being subject to. Yeah. Like, and that weighs on me. Like, even though I wasn't in the midst of it with this person, like just hearing that really just weighs on my heart. And like just, and having a good wife, she'll tell me, you need to go take time for yourself and just decompress. And obviously doing that in healthy ways is super effective. And having a family that understands that, oh, dad needs a break tonight, and just.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So
sounds like you have a very understanding family.
Supportive family.
Shout out to them.
Yes, they're the rock stars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you also already said it, but like what would you say, like the hardest part of being a husband and a dad while working these high stress jobs?
Yeah. My kids often, especially my oldest, has said several times, I hate your job. Yeah. Because as a parent, I really, a lot of our rules come from the bad things I see at work.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, how
working in a high school, I see those, you know, that it changes. Definitely gives me a different perspective, I think, on how I parent and how we handle different rules, what our kids can do, what they can't do. I mean, my youngest has come home with birthday invitations, and we're like, you can't go to that house.
No. Oh, okay.
Like, I've had situations at that house where maybe I've arrested a parent or a family member.
Yeah. And you're like, that's a no-go.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? And so we parent a little different. I'll never forget my youngest son again. We were at the Minnesota State Fair as a family with our animals there, and going to the state fair for me, like, that's one thing that I can see has changed. I didn't really like being in big groups prior, but especially after being a cop, I really hate it. Like, it just is. Yeah. My radar is going off all the place. My mind does not rest. It doesn't go to ease and just have fun and relax. Yeah. Well, I saw my youngest son had the shirt on that had his last name and a thin blue line through it. So he's marking himself as a cop's kid. And he was trying to be supportive and show that he was supporting his dad and thought that was the coolest thing ever. Right. And wanted to do that, which is sweet. And in his little mind, great. But but he's also at that independent stage where he didn't want to walk by his family. Well, you've been to the Minnesota State Fair.
I understand. Like, but it's
there's
so
a lot
much.
of people, and you just.
Even me as not a cop, I get so overstimulated. Yep. So I can't even imagine
system overload.
yourself. Yeah.
System overload. But it's fine. We find ways to work through it. 'Cause we
Do
get
you
to
have
go
like
there
a
every year.
crazy rule you can tell us about that you have set for your kids? You're like, or
A
not
crazy
even
rule?
crazy, maybe crazy to your kids, but
I think something that's pretty odd to other families, like our kids don't get Snapchat.
all right,
Like, it's
okay.
just-
I agree with that though. I will have to
It's-
say, yeah,
You've been there.
yeah,
And we're really strict on phones usage and what's available to them. Heck, our 17-year-old still doesn't have internet access on her phone.
fair enough.
She's got different apps that they can use, but
Yeah,
that's,
I mean,
I don't know. It's crazy, and
Yeah.
people can say, well, they can get things other ways. Well, yeah, I know, but
of course you know.
I'm
Of
going
course
to
you know how
control as
they
much
do-
as we
yeah,
can
exactly.
and make it, but obviously we try to keep it healthy.
Yes, yeah,
'Cause-
obviously.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, especially with everything crazy that's happening in the world nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand where you're coming from because
Yeah.
things are getting too out of hand.
Yep.
But anyways, moving on. What is the hardest part of the job that you feel like people aren't seeing?
I think the stress that the cops get from the job.
Okay.
They deal with these high stress situations and sometimes you're bouncing from calling. You don't even have time to decompress what you just handled before
Right.
you're thrown into another crap sandwich. Trying to figure something out, and people, one of my things that I dislike as a cop is directing traffic. Like, that is the most frustrating thing, and people are in cars and
hate those
you're
cops
standing out
too.
there. Yeah. And
I don't like 'em.
You just get so tense, like that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stress. You never know. I always try to tell people, because especially kids that's working at the school, they'll be like, gross, I was just stopped by this jerk and they were mad and did this and that. And I said, well, maybe they just came from a horrible death scene that they saw something happen that was just horrible, and not giving them the right to be a jerk, but maybe they're a little edgy and just,
Give them the benefit of
sometimes
the doubt.
you gotta give a
Okay.
little grace, right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
that's to all of us.
Yeah. With you being a school resource officer now, you deal with a lot of kids.
Yep.
Me and Addie being the best of them all, obviously.
The mark is high.
Yes, but is there a student situation that has really impacted you?
Probably my first year, not really, I knew I wanted that role as a law enforcement. I always thought that was cool, and I thought I could hold that position until I become a conservation officer. Obviously, I know now that's a great position. I love being in it. I love the effect I can have with kids and help them and guide them. But I think this individual I'm about to speak of has kind of showed me the effect that you can have and the
Okay.
positive. This student came in, and my office was buried back in the hallways because my predecessor really just let me a lot of work to do. Let's
Sure,
just say that.
sure.
So there wasn't a lot of trust for us. And so
Yeah.
I was buried back there, but students really had a hard time finding me.
Oh,
You remember that office,
I
that first
do.
one, that
Yeah,
dungeon?
I had no idea where you were.
Yep, I was hidden.
Yeah.
Anyways, this student wanted some help. And obviously one of the big issues I knew that I was coming in to deal with was kids vaping everywhere in the bathroom. You
Oh,
remember that?
yeah.
It was going on all over the place. And there was the solution that had been taken before is the officer would just hand out these $25 citations to kids whenever they got caught.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, that's great. They pay a fine.
Does nothing.
Does nothing for them.
yeah.
Except for maybe put a little money in the police department's pocket,
Right.
the city's pocket, the state's pocket, whoever gets the money.
Right.
And I just thought, well, we need to do something different. And so I thought I'd teach in this class. And while this one kid got caught, and I'd bring kids into my office every time when they get caught, I'd ask the principals to send them to me because they usually be the ones that would find the devices on the kids.
Yeah.
And I just challenged them, be like, I'm here to help you. I will do whatever you need. I will help you however I can. And this young man attended that class where he didn't have to get a citation. He attended the class, came into my office a couple days later, and he just came in and I could tell he was nervous. One thing as a cop, you're always watching everyone's movements.
Yeah.
Kept fidgeting in his pocket, which kind of made me nervous.
I mean, yeah.
I'm like, all right.
yeah.
Anybody's in my office just shaking back in that corner, and I'm like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
I just asked him, what can I do for you? Well, you said you wanted to help. Is that true? I'm like, Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
He pulls out of his pocket a couple vapes and puts them down on my desk. He's like, I want to be done. I just want to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment was kind of the aha moment of this. I can have a lot of impact. I can help people, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that goal was. And so it really, from there on out, I'm like, no matter what the issue is, I want kids to know that I am there to help them, no
Good.
matter what's going on, as long as it's not math homework.
Yeah.
I mean, I could guide them to the right math teacher, maybe,
Yeah.
right? But I'm not
This
helping
is your
with math.
person, not
Yeah.
me. That's so funny.
Yeah, that really is kind of just a teaching moment for me, I think,
Yeah.
and just of what the possibilities. Not to say that it was all me. I don't think there was that. It was just right pieces in place and
Yeah.
just.
Yeah. I do feel like back when I was going to high school, like vaping was a huge thing, and especially in my grade, but also just in the entire high school in general. Along the lines of that, what are some challenges that you think kids are facing now that people may not realize?
Everything stems from those phones.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
There are just so many issues, whether it be, the things that are done online through social media, whether that, I mean, there's some bullying that still goes on, but like even people sending pictures of themselves
Right.
and not with clothes on.
Yeah.
That's
Nude,
the
guys.
nudes.
Nudes
That's
to
what we're
be-
talking about. Here, I guess I'm straight to the point.
Yeah.
That causes a lot of issues, a lot of heartaches.
Yeah.
Can cause some really big issues for people.
Huge.
And I would say right now Minnesota is currently in an interesting spot ever since they legalized marijuana.
Oh,
It's
I
illegal.
forgot about that.
It's illegal for kids to possess it,
Yeah.
but there's no criminal code for them. Like you can't write them. And I don't ever charge someone with a crime because I want them punished. It's not like a punishment thing for me. It's like, let's aim them towards some help,
Learn
some
from
diversion.
this.
Let's learn, right? It's a learning time of your life. You're learning in school. Let's learn from it. So,
Yeah.
Those are things that we're dealing with right now that a lot of, whether it's the electronic communication type stuff, marijuana is a big issue.
Wow.
With it being legalized, people just use it left and right.
I am totally shocked, actually. I totally forgot about that. And I can't believe kids are getting into that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wow.
So.
I just was a perfect teenager, I guess.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so you've talked about, obviously, with your job in law enforcement, there's a lot of positives, lots of negatives with that too. Has there ever been a moment where you've questioned staying in this career?
Yeah.
Okay, hear about that moment.
That would have to be the whole George Floyd era. I think before working in the school, like I was in the school. I'm sorry, I was in the school. I just remember being so upset. Like, how can people be so mad at a human being?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. One person could be bad. There's bad apples, like we talked prior.
Yes, yeah.
Prior.
For sure.
But I was really in a dark place there where it just like, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel welcome. But then again, like I just looked at our community. I looked more of a narrow focus, and our community loves us. They're great to law enforcement. They support us.
I remember my entire high school loved you, so that was easy.
Yeah. So I questioned what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, it's not an easy career, and I do have some friends that are into that retirement mode, and that looks great.
Yeah.
But honestly, from where I'm sitting right now, I really do love my job, and I love being where I am, and hope to be able to finish it out there.
Good. Do you feel like there's still a lot more work that needs to be done while you're there? Yeah?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm excited to see what you do. That's exciting. Okay, so now let's go back to being a security guard at a hospital. Lots of our listeners are nurses.
Yes.
So, going back into that, what do you feel like was the most common situations you would respond to at a hospital?
Well, you look at, and obviously hospitals have what they have to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
People, I think some of the biggest issues were the mental health holds, right?
Huge.
And capacity was always an issue. People, and you have someone that's having mental health difficulties, having to be crammed into a small room, an emergency room for hours, days sometimes.
That would give me
And
mental
that's,
health.
right?
Yeah.
A normal person would struggle being stuck in a box
Yes,
for that long.
Exactly.
Someone that's struggling, in different ways, mental health,
Mm-hmm.
whatever their diagnosis is, they're struggling.
Right.
And they're stuck in a box, and like it just, yeah, that's what I would see. That's what caused most of the issues that we would deal with as security that we'd get. And so, trying to help people calm down and see that you're there to help them and that help them work through that, whether
Right.
they needed just someone. A lot of times people would just needed someone to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the nurses have multiple patients.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what
hard to
that's
just
like,
stick with
right?
one person.
You can't
You're
just
like
dedicate
the other
your
person's
time.
also having a mental health break right now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I got this patient, this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'd see that. And it was kind of cool. I really loved working at the hospital because I knew a lot of people there.
Right.
And so you'd see kind of the whole picture of what's going on, and you become a team and work together. And I'd come in and help if, patient's getting upset about being in a room. And
Right. Yeah.
You just got to do what you got to do.
I feel like you probably made a lot of good connections with the nurses and doctors there.
Well, it's like I always say, when you get brought in, I had one time, I had a paramedic that was a good friend of mine that I met through the hospital. I was at a call. We went to a fire alarm at an apartment building.
Oh.
And I went into a burning apartment to pull this lady out.
He's also a fireman, you guys.
No, I'm not a fireman. Whoa.
No, I'm just
So
kidding.
you're crossing the line there.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just joking. That's a good one. Firefighters and cops always got their issues. No.
Yes, no, I'm just kidding.
No, so I went and pulled this lady out, and this paramedic is like, I came out, of course, hacking. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and there was so much smoke and fire flames. Mm-hmm. But I heard this lady crying for help, and I couldn't just stand there.
No.
So I went in and pulled her out and turned and held the crap ton of smoke.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to breathe, hacking up stuff. I'm like, I'm fine. We're literally across the street from the backside of the hospital.
Right.
I'm like, I'll just drive my squad. I'll be there. She's like, get in the ambulance now. And the funny thing is, this paramedic was 4 foot something. She was short.
Short, yeah.
But she was just like, get in
Small but
the
mighty.
ring now.
Yeah.
And I didn't argue. Got in there. And it was great to be in that situation because, like, I'm struggling to breathe. Mm-hmm. They're putting oxygen on me. I didn't realize how bad it was until I started sucking in some oxygen. Like, oh, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
it like happens pretty fast.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think all that adrenaline was up. I was just getting the job done, doing what I had to do. But then all those things start to come down. Well, I go there to that hospital that I had worked at.
Yeah.
It helped, number one, that my brother was there.
Oh, geez.
See familiar faces. He's
like, Kevin. What's
I
up?
knew the doctors, I knew the nurses, I knew the techs, I knew everyone there.
Right.
Which made the situation a lot better.
Good.
But yeah.
Good.
So it's nice to have those connections because you don't know when you're gonna need them.
Exactly. You really never know. You already talked about like hearing a patient out if a situation is de-escalating. What do you feel like makes a situation, for us nurses' knowledge, like helps a situation escalate versus de-escalate? Like, help give us some tips on how
escalate. To escalate, I think if you just, and I know, like, obviously I can't imagine doing your job and like handling multiple patients. Like, as a cop, I get to go to one call at a time. I've got to focus on that. Mm-hmm. And obviously there's things I can bounce to, but multiple patients, you're thinking about trying to remember, oh, I got to give meds here, got to do this, whatever. Like that, especially, I'm looking at that as the mental health side of things, like making sure that people feel heard, feel validated, that you're hearing their concerns, you're trying to help them. But obviously, like, that's got to be a hard part of the job when you've got
have so
multiple
many
patients, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Exactly.
There's no hospital in the world that would make it if they did
like
that.
You only have so much time to have a whole conversation.
Right. And sometimes they want to tell you their whole life story.
Yeah.
They want everything.
Pictures of their dogs, their kids. You're like, I will be right back. I promise. I just have to do this thing.
Meanwhile, alarms are going off everywhere else.
Exactly. And they just, it's okay.
But yeah, I think that's the big thing. And just, paying attention to patients and just learning to be a good reader of a person. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you can do everything right and a patient still can flip out.
Yep.
And
for
come at you and cause issues. So
I
think really being attentive to what they're doing. like
Right.
because for your own safety.
Yeah. So how do you think the best way for nurses is to stay safe?
I tell my kids this too, like when I teach them to drive, like you have to be aware of your surroundings, aware of what's in the room, aware of what's around you, what can be used as a weapon. I am always that's my
Everything.
mind, right?
Yeah.
What is in it? Is there an IV pole that can be
Right.
used as a baseball bat?
Yeah.
Is there, I don't know. There's always just
Right.
being observant.
Okay. Because I
I think
think
that's important.
the percentages for nurses, like healthcare injuries caused by those patients nowadays, have skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So I think, like, obviously being observant is really important. Is there anything else you can give us with along those lines?
Just keeping, obviously it's so hard because you can say like, oh, I always, I teach self-defense class sometimes at church or whatever to the youth.
I remember that.
Arm's distance. But
Yeah.
obviously sometimes as a nurse, you can't.
You can't
You have
do
to be
that.
right there. You
have
can't
to
put
be
an
touching
IV.
them.
You can't put an IV in an
No.
arm's distance, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's a difficult spot to be in.
Yeah. Because
But
it can really be out of the
I
blue.
really think just learning to read people's bodies and like what, someone's body tenses up for something and like they're making a fist with another hand.
Yeah.
Something's
Maybe
coming.
leave the yeah.
Something's coming.
Maybe back
Exit
up.
stage left.
Call for help.
Yep.
Okay. Last question. This has just been so great. You're great on a mic, so this has been fun.
Good.
What advice would you give someone going into law enforcement or even security?
I would say get into as many volunteer roles as you can with law enforcement. A lot of police departments have reserves, they'll call them. They aren't licensed peace officers, but they get to go around and kind of do some of the roles. They get to maybe do ride-alongs with the cops, see what it's like, learn. They also have some agencies have what's called an explorers program, which is nice for people that are in high school still. Usually that 16, 15 to 18 era age group, they go in and they get to do different skills where they'll set up a mock domestic assault case that they would go in and try to break up, and they're graded on that. So it's kind of competitions, which is great.
I didn't know about this. I probably would have done that. That would have been sick.
Yeah, there's some fun things with that.
Yeah.
So you can do those, just building that experience so that you can deal with, whatever is thrown at you, and to see if you like it.
Yeah.
Because
test it out the waters.
It's a big commitment to do if it's something you don't like. It's I think about like my different jobs that I've had, like working in the mental health, working security, working as a police officer, now an SRO. And I can think back to this one situation where I dealt with this one guy. I was the only cop on in the city that I work. Mm-hmm. And I'm patrolling at like 3:00 in the morning, and I see this car light on, and the person was kind of slumped over. Looked like they were working on their radio, but I'm like, 3:00 in the morning, no one does that. And I looped back around, came back, lit them up. They didn't move. Went out there, and I just felt, I'm like, something is off. This is not right. Something is screaming in my senses, or like just my gut is like, you have to be careful in this.
Oh, geez.
I'm like trying to rake this person up.
Yeah.
And they come to, and I'm just like, the whole arm's length, I'm treating that like double arm's length.
Good. You're like, touch him once. You're like, wake up.
Yeah, like kind of pop.
Yeah.
Get back, and the guy hands me his driver's license because I'm asking to see who he is. Like,
good.
Is this your vehicle? Blah, blah, blah. Checking the whole situation out because it's suspicious. It's weird. And I see his license. I'm like, oh. Last time this guy had dealt with cops, it took over 10 cops to put him into handcuffs.
Oh, gosh.
They tased him. They maced him. They did everything they could except
Was he like
for
a big
use a
guy?
gun. He's pretty big, but he's just when he's on meth and alcohol.
You have superpowers.
Superpowers.
You have
He's superhuman.
superpowers. Yeah.
And so here he is. He's drunk on meth. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm calling for extra cars from other agencies because I'm like, this guy is going to fight and I'm not going to win.
Right.
Like it's not going to be pretty. There's no cars available.
Oh, gosh.
So I just talk and I talk and I talk and I
My heart's racing right now.
I call it verbal judo.
Yeah.
Because I don't have him in handcuffs yet, but I can tell if I press him much, like I need to put him in handcuffs because the car wasn't registered to him. Things weren't adding up. Like he was out causing issues.
Yep.
Doing things. He needed to go to jail. He was on probation.
Oh, geez.
So
I'm
there's
stressed.
lots of things,
Yeah.
you know, that I knew. I'm like, he's gonna go to jail, and I gotta get him there without me getting my butt
Other
handed to me.
people. Yeah.
And I had no one as backup. So I'm
Right.
sitting there. I'll never forget just talking with him.
Are you super stressed? Like, are you?
I was actually felt pretty calm. I
Oh,
just knew
good.
that I just
Okay.
needed to talk. Like just
Okay.
kept him talking,
Mm-hmm.
kept him talking. Finally, the guy's like, "Well, can I smoke before I go to jail?" I'm like, "Sure." If that.
Oh.
I said, "For you to smoke though, you got to be in handcuffs."
Yeah.
Fine. Well, obviously he can't smoke with his hands behind his back, so
Right.
I cuffed him in front.
Mm-hmm.
He was smoked. I said, "As soon as you're done with that cigarette, you're getting cuffed behind your back, okay?" All right. And I cuff him behind his back. He's getting agitated again.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
I'm like, "All right, we're
But
gonna
he's
fight."
cuffed.
But at least his
He's
hands
cuffed.
are kind of tied up right now. He's cuffed.
Right.
And he's getting angry, and I can just feel him tense up. I've got a hold of his upper bicep, and I can just feel he just tensed.
Okay.
I'm like, "Dude, you got to go to jail." I said, "You're under arrest. There's no way about this."
Right.
And his one worry was his cat at home.
Oh.
Like, so this guy, it came down to it. I'm like, "Okay, I'll get your cat taken care of.
Yeah.
I will find." He was worried that his cat wasn't going to get fed.
Wow.
I'm like, "We'll figure that out down at the jail." And we get down to the jail, get him in the car. Other two cops come up from another city just south of us. As I got him into they're like, "You got him into the car by yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah,
I told him
like,
I'd
"All right."
feed his cat.
Yeah, feed his cat. Get him down to the jail, and he's wanting to fight. He's been uncuffed at this
Oh,
point. His hands are on,
shoot.
and he's like flexing, like ready to rip the counter off.
Yeah.
And I go, "Remember what I said about your cat?" Like,
Yeah.
and he said a few expletives, and
Yeah.
"You're right," and walked into the cell. And,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
all about his cat.
See,
Because I
just
took
listen
some
to
time to
people.
listen and talk, and yeah.
Wow, that's
I
a
didn't get my
great
butt handed to
example,
me.
I think. Holy buckets.
Yeah.
These cat people are crazy.
Yeah.
Just do dogs, guys. Just do dogs.
Dogs are the way to go.
Well, like I said, Kevin, you're great on mic. Thank you so much. This
Yeah,
has
no
been
problem.
so fun.
It's been a blast.
Okay, well, till next week, you guys.